What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with episode 8 of Here We Go Again. In today's episode, we'll be talking about a surprising AEW win. Sammy Guevara injures Jeff Hardy, and The Rock fully turns heel and joins the Bloodline. All this and more in this episode of Here We Go Again. But before we get into this, make sure you thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get it.
If you in there, nigga, I'm Ghost.
Now, this one is from Monday Night Raw until Friday night Smackdown. We didn't have a collision this Saturday, and Rampage was at 7 instead. And I don't know why I don't know why I was deciding to. I think maybe I got home from work, worked out, and then I was like, well, you know, I can eat while watching Smackdown. I don't remember what it was. But, so I actually watched Smackdown live instead of on, I guess it was relevant because it would have been after Rampage anyway. But, starting off with Monday Night Raw, we get New Day and Jey Uso versus Gunther and Imperium. Jey gets the pin, New Day and Jey Uso win. Bars. But this is still setting this is kind of the fallout between New Day and Imperium, even though Jey Uso was in the mix in the first place. Because if you remember how it all started, it was just a regular match, Jey Uso and Kofi Kingston and versus Imperium. Then they had the little injury storyline, and then Ludwig had to get his get back storyline, and then Imperium then Xavier had to get his get back, and then there was New Day versus Imperium, and now Gunther's in the mix, and then Jey Uso's in the mix. Then we get Bobby Lashley versus Big Bronson Reed. It's a elimination qualifying match. Just so you know, all the times when I said pre-L for someone, I wasn't just saying that after the match happened. Because I put pre-Bobby L. Because... And I said probably because Karrion Kross in their interference. Because they had this... They still haven't had a match together. And plus... We had these little these little vignettes, kind of like, you know, I don't know if he was Bronson Reed before, or Big Bronson Reed. Like I said, before the Royal Rumble and before this match, I've only seen you in one match before. It was you versus Ivar, and I've seen Ivar plenty of times since then. Every night on the Monday Night Raw, he's probably in a match. I don't remember Raw until I read the notes, but he was probably in a match with someone from Alpha Academy. But Bobby Lashley got that win. And we get, I said Sammy versus Shinsuke feud, ? Because Sammy had a little backstage segment. I guess they said, well, Bronson Reed, you're out of there. Sorry, buddy. Get Sammy in the mix. But he had this little backstage segment. And then next thing you know, Shinsuke doing this little dubbed on the Titantron. And meanwhile, I don't remember what I was doing. I think maybe I have on my headphones while I'm doing something, so I think I was moving around, like maybe I was like getting a drink or something. So I was seeing what was going on as it was going, so I wasn't hearing what they were talking about. I just looked over and I was like, oh, Shinsuke's on the screen now. And then we get Cody Rhodes addresses the WWE Universe. Oh, but no, go back to the Sammy thing. I put, hold this mid-card, Sammy. Hold it. You're not Cody Rhodes. The people like you, but you're not. They don't like you like they do Cody Rhodes. Or even if you don't like Cody Rhodes, you're still talking about him, though. are you really talking about Sami Zayn that much? Let's be honest. So you gotta hold this mid card. Sorry, my guy. You'll get there eventually. Or get back up there eventually. But back to Cody Rhodes. Okay, so I was working out. So I was finishing up my workout as Raw was starting. And so I don't know if they went to commercial between the Sami and Cody Rhodes segment, but basically when I said this, I was like, this is when I got out the shower. I think we get Cody Crybaby's Rocky Sucks chance. I don't know. I just put Cody Crybaby's Rocky Sucks. Or no, I think Cody said, oh, basically he was addressing that, and then that's when he got Rocky Sucks chance. Then Seth Rollins pulls up. Cody Rhodes thanks him, and then Seth was like, what can I say? As soon as he said, what can I say? But I thought he was gonna like talk about himself or something, and then like a millisecond later, I'm like, oh, but you're what? I was like, okay, I see what you did there. And they immediately, the crowd immediately knew what time it was. But basically, he's like, what's your game plan? He didn't really answer what his game plan was. But I think we're going to find out eventually. Because it said, hold on. Nah. Okay, alright. Hopefully I'll remember to say it when we get there. Because I'm trying to see, like, okay, how can we do this? I think we might just have to have what Seth says next. I think we're just going to have to just throw that to the side. Because Seth says, well, he's basically, oh, I feel, responsible, because I was there, helping Roman at the beginning. And he says, if you need anyone to, let me know if you need me to be your shield. We get Liv Morgan versus Zoe Stark. I missed you, Liv. The crowd seemed dead, though. They did not miss you. At least to what it sounded like. They were dead as hell. I wouldn't say to the extent of you could hear a pin drop, but golly. And it looked like people were like constantly moving around in the crowd. Yeah. They made y'all the bathroom break, basically. That's what y'all was. Hold on. I instantly jump back. I ain't even get right back in my setup correctly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click the link to watch the full stream. You know what I'm saying? We got other things that we be doing on the stream. So this is the end of the stream. I had to take a break. Thought it was going to be a quick break, but no. Speaking of break, we get JD versus R-Truth. JD wins. Judgment Day jumps from post-match. DIY comes in with the save. And before the match, JD does his entrance. I think it goes to commercial. It comes back. R-Truth is about to do his entrance. And he has a backstage segment. He's like trying to call up the Miz. You're right. Adam Pearce is like, get out to the ring. And so he's kind of like looking around, asking for help. I think he gave someone his phone, like, ringside. But DIY comes in with the save. And do I have it on here? Okay, cool. We're going to talk about that in a second. Get a backstage segment with Sammy and Cody. They ended up hugging it out. I forgot what they were talking about, but I just remember Cody going in for like the handshake or like whatever it may be, and then Sammy was like, come in. Or he didn't say that. Pause. But then, I put first time. I don't remember where it was at in the show. But this was the first time the Raw intro didn't sound like complete dog shit, bro. It's not even, like, I'm gonna be honest, it's the rapper. He is trash. Quit music forever. I'm sorry, bro. I don't ever want to say that to anyone, but, or at least that part that they're showing, they're finessing you. They picked the worst part of your song, bro. Born to be the greatest alive. Bro, that shit, oh my. But they played a part where I was like, okay, this would have been on my playlist, but I can actually listen to this. Because it wasn't until I made that clip already where I was talking about the Raw intro, where I'm like, the beat is actually pretty decent. Like I said, it's not something I'm putting on my playlist, but like there's certain sounds that like, oh, if I had this in that track, that, ooh, okay. But the rapping, it's not even a rapping. Like the lyrics that you say in general, like you can, I mean, they're generic as hell, but your flow is just, no. I'm trying to think who got worse flow, you or Blueface. I'm sorry, my boy. You just gotta catch, you blame WWE, blame Raw, cause in this, I don't even remember what it sounded like. Maybe I was just tripping right there at that second, but I think it played like a good like 2 to 4 bars, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then it did some different shit. But you know, the first time it didn't completely sound like garbage. But R-Truth, backstage segment with DIY, and then he's like, who would have thought? He's like, that, and it was like kind of like, yeah, no problem. Who would have thought I would have got saved by DX? And then he's like, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, the Cerebral Assassin, Triple H. And he's like, I got 2 words for you. The crowd yells, suck it. He's like, no, thank you. And then we get LA Knight versus Ivar. And as I was like, pre-LA Knight, I was like, wait, Ivar? Question mark? I don't know. And then, let me see, okay. Oh, alright. So, I was gonna say, but obviously that it'd be an obvious thing, especially when this person's not even on Raw. But I was like, if we see AJ Styles. But the only reason I said I don't know is the only way will be AJ Styles interfering. But he didn't pull up. He didn't attempt to get his lick back. It's not like he got stopped. He didn't even attempt to get his lick back. And so I was curious I was like, what does Valhalla what does she look like under the makeup? Found out she shares my birthday. Is it the same actual date? I know it's the same day, but I don't know if it's the same year or not. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let me see. Hell nah, she old as hell, man. She old as hell. But it's the same day though. That's all you need to know, man. And then we get Sami Zayn versus Shinsuke Nakamura. I think this was in the main event. We get a Drew distraction. And Shinsuke gets the win. They jump Sami. Cody Rhodes pulls up. We get Cody and Drew next week. So when I'm streaming this, we're getting that tomorrow. Matter of fact, it's probably in... Oh, no, never mind. Oh, yeah, it is a 3-hour show. I'm tripping. The match will probably start in 24 hours and like 10 minutes maybe from when I'm streaming this. Now we got NXT. We get Metaphor versus question mark. I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, it wouldn't load for 2 minutes. So I was like, okay, I'm there. I made it there on time. I don't even know what the NXT like intro looks like. But all I remember was it was not loading for 2 minutes. So we got Metaphor versus I don't know. I didn't even go back to look at it. But Metaphor wins that. We get Ridge Holland versus Gallus Gauntlet gauntlet match. I was going to tell a story time here, but yeah, like I said, I just did. What was it? Damn, I didn't even write it. Did I didn't even write it, dude. I think it was like a 25-minute break, dude. So like I said, you know what I'm saying? In 24 hours and like 10 minutes, that's when you can question the time, and I just came back from work too. But you know, forget it. I'll just give the cliff notes. This whole story is a whole backstory, and basically these two to three like white knights wanted to fight me, and there's a woman in the situation. Well, granted, this was in school, so a girl in the situation, and then it was like, hey, meet us here. I was like, why would I go to this place so you can jump me? Oh no, you're gonna fight him and then you're gonna fight me. It's like, I remember just thinking, what do you think this is, like a WWE gauntlet match? Like, no, bro, stop it. But yeah, that's just a little cliff notes on that one. It's tough, man. Of course that had to happen. I was gonna make that a good little short too. It's tough. But DQ, he got jumped. They couldn't even wait. He got jumped. And I put JC gonna betray Thea when it comes to Riley somehow. I don't know how, somehow, some way, but I thought maybe they're trying to have her be genuine in the storyline with the play hard to get. Like I said, I don't rock with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. If you play that, you will win. Congratulations, you won. But there's like some certain things. I think it was like certain looks that she was given. I forgot what she had said something too. I feel like she gonna be in a low. And then she, you know what I'm saying? She dealing with, what's her name? Adriana? I don't remember from the family. Whoever the shawty is. And we're gonna be talking about the family in a second when it comes to a different shawty. But and it seemed Twitter was talking about it too. I'm sorry, Elon. I just can't. I tried for like a week. I just can't call it X, bro. I'm sorry. I like the logo better than regular Twitter logo. I mean, I like black in general, and it kind of give me cyberpunk vibes. But calling an app X, no sir. Especially when X is kind of associated with a kind of whole bunch of different stuff. No sir. I mean, even though some of that stuff be on Twitter like crazy, but. Oh, Adriana. Well, I guess her name was right there. I guess I did get it right. But before we get to that, I got ahead of myself. We got Lola Vice versus Tatum Paxley. She got to get her get back from Roxanne Perez. Roxanne need to get her get back from Tatum, Lola, and, well, I guess she kind of technically got it, but she didn't get it by herself. And get her match with Lyra Valkyria. But we got Lyra ringside. Speaking of her, we got her ringside. Like, what the? Like, I thought you're just trying to be cool. Like, hey, yeah, don't do this, before Vengeance Day. I'm thinking we might get a Lyra heel turn. Because people don't really, from what I've seen, people don't really look at Roxanne Perez as a heel. I mean, I wouldn't really consider her a face. Maybe tweener, who knows? But you might, you know what I'm saying, a good little, the fuck? Good little heel turn, like, oh hey, she set the whole situation up. We're gonna talk about setting situations up in a second. The fuck? I feel like something got in my eye right there. But yeah, she was ringside. Lola hits Tatum with a crazy back fist. And then I guess some people, I think they posted it on YouTube or something. Well, I don't remember while I was looking at the video or something. it wasn't for a clip because I haven't got clips yet. This is the first time I did it with zero clips. I forgot what she was doing. I mean, why I was like on the video, but she did crazy back fist, and people's like, "Oh, she used that as a finisher," and then some people was like, "That is a finisher." I don't know if it is or not, but when she hit her with that back fist,
I'll just say words of encouragement to Tatum. Paxley and a back fist.
golly, I'm surprised she was able to finish the match. They be throwing them paws down there in NXT, man. But she throws a crazy backflips, and then gets her in a submission move, and then Tatum taps out. Lyra carries her out like, if you've seen the Inner Manifest on Netflix, you know what I'm talking about. That's how she carried her out. But we get Adriana versus Jada Parker. So, when I was talking about, you know what I'm saying, the family and another shawty, Jada Parker got leap. I tell you what, Twitter was going crazy over her, man. And I understand. Like, it'll be like Shawn Michaels trending, but it'll be Jada Parker. It was like Shawn Michaels knows what he's doing. But Jada gets that pinfall win. Even right here, I said Jada's still fine, man. She can get it for sure. Even the announcer said, Parker just hits different. Yeah, I'm trying to hit Parker different. And that's for damn sure. I feel like Roman Reigns in the big dog days. You could believe that. Yo, that catchphrase did not hit the same after Shield. Believe in the Shield and you could believe in that. Okay, cool. And I think sometimes they said it together too. Roman, when you said it by yourself, it was just like, no, sir. No, sir. We get Carmelo Hayes versus Joe Gacy. I put Gacy, hold this L unless Trick or Dragunov pull up. You attacked Dragunov the week before. And unless Trick pull up and want smoke, Imagine Joe Gacy winning this match without them pulling up. Yeah, the one of the hottest heels in the company right now, man, stop it. And this isn't, well, I was gonna say this is an NXT star, even though he's on Smackdown now, but. And we get Kiana James versus Brinley Reese. And then I think there was talking about it like, oh, we need to get her. Like, I've never heard of this woman ever, bro. Granted, like I said, I've only been watching since November, December-ish, but still. I mean, I knew who Nikita was, but before watching. And she was injured. Who else did I know? I knew Roxanne Perez vaguely. And then I heard the name Trick Williams, but I didn't know who it was until I seen NXT. But pinfall win for Kiana. I like Kiana. You know what I'm saying? She got some personality. That's one of the things I be looking at the most. Cause it's like, let's say y'all all have the same match. Like the same spots. Maybe you know, tweak it a little here and there. When someone has personality that really, like, I mean, obviously it's gonna bring more to it. So it's like, yeah, we can see superplexes, and like, for instance, like Queen Aminata, she has a good snap suplex. So that's something that she does in the ring. It's not like unique, like personality wise, but it's like, that was the worst freeze ever, dude. But it's something that just, you know, it looks good. Like, oh, that was good. But it doesn't matter if you have all of those, because someone is eventually going to be able to do a good snap suplex like you. But if you're really good, some people can't do certain like gimmicks or personalities like you can, especially when you're in a ring. And we get the Wolf Dogs versus the Family for the tag team titles. They got their contendership after the Dusty Rhodes Classic. What? Oh, okay. I forgot all of, like I said, I don't have to clip, so I gotta like go off basically what I said. So Braun Breaker gets slammed through the table. And you can just see this woman in the background. You can just see her face of concern, like someone just got murdered on live television.
I thought.
She must be a new wrestling fan. She must have pulled up, but I don't know who was next to her. But she must have pulled up with some type of family, and this is, okay. I'll go to the wrestling thing with you. But you know what I'm saying, Corbin and Braun Breaker, they end up getting that dub. But Corbin, they had a backstage segment. He said, if we win the tag team titles, I'll say Wolf Dogs one time. I'll say it after we win. So I'll hold you to that. I'm going to let it slide because I don't remember how you said it exactly, but you didn't say it after the match. So if you don't say it next week, I don't care if it's the week after. I'm going to call you a liar. Now we got AEW Dynamite. Can my sneeze go? No, I guess not. We get Jon Moxley versus Dax Harwood. As soon as I start talking, the sneeze wants to come back. And then goes away as soon as like I'm trying to sneeze. I thought I could finish my workout before the show. I really did. I started a good distance, you know. I was trying to get everything set. I was like, okay, I could do my workout a little earlier. And then I could really have time to like edit watching Dynamite. Nah. It did not work out. No. I didn't even intentionally mean to do that. But Justin Roberts, he announced like 5 minutes remaining. So I suspect a time limit or a close, like you know how they did with Swerve and Hangman, but you can't do that opening match 2 weeks in a row. Maybe you get to when the bell is about to ring, but he actually gets the 3 count. But never mind, Dax taps out. They gotta really like you to get Dax to tap out to you, and you know what I'm saying, bro. That's one of the hot commodities, FTR. That's one of the hot commodities of AEW. Cash Wheeler attacks Jon Moxley. Claudio pulls up and attacks Cash Wheeler. So I guess we're gonna set up this little tag team feud. We already like started teasing it last week. Now we're here. Speaking of setups, we get a backstage setup between Takeshita versus Will Ospreay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's going to be a banger match. And that's probably going to be at Revolution, which I will have to... I'm not even about to say, but I will not be purchasing. No disrespect. I'm just like, y'all going to have to, like, I don't know, call up some HBOs or something like that. It got to be in one of my subscriptions. I got too many. It was funny, we was talking about this at work. It's like, you pay for this many? I was just joking around. I was like, man, if you just broke, just say that, man. But we get Wardlow versus a nobody. Come on, bro. We already know who win. Wardlow gets. I said, hold this L, nobody. Quicker than my woman's. What? Oh, quicker than my moments of happiness. I thought it said my woman's happiness. I was like, huh? I don't know when this happened, but speaking of something I didn't know that happened, we Adam Copeland versus Daniel Garcia. Unfortunately, I'll have to miss half this match. Google Chrome won't load. Oh, I think I was in the shower. I was in the shower I was about to set up the OBS. And I think, so I had 2 screens set up. I had one screen, I don't remember what this screen was doing, and I had this screen playing Dynamite. So I'm on Mac. I accidentally hit quit Google Chrome instead of I exited out of this window. And so when I did it and I loaded it back up, like I said last week, I'm not sure if I could get the clips. And that was oh, well, I guess this is Dynamite. Okay, so I guess it's a Dynamite thing. Even though I think Collision was, when I tried to get the clips, it was being a little weird, but I got it eventually. But Google Chrome stopped working, so I was like, damn, how can I do this? I really don't want to miss this match. How can I set up the OBS so I can record it as I'm in the shower? And I was sweaty too, so I was not about to sit there and just sit in filth and squalor. Like, no sir. So I was like, oh, okay, let me pull up Safari. I was not about to download a whole nother browser, but I was like, oh, let me pull up Safari. Safari will work, and as soon as you open OBS, it's like, no sir, we know what that is. You can't do that, no sir, my boy. So that's tough. And Google, don't take notes, dude. I don't know how. I think maybe it's just because Mac and Safari just go hand in hand. So I don't know if Mac can do that with Google. Please don't, bro. So I had to, I got out the shower. Yeah, I got out the shower when Christian left the ring, so I don't know who won. I eventually found out it was a no contest. We get Samoa Joe faces off with Swerve Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. We get a moment where Swerve is cutting his promo. He's like,
you said,
and then the fan yells out,
you said that.
And everyone heard him and started dying laughing, bruh.
That.
And then Swerve kind of just looked at him like, bro, if you don't just let me do my shit, bro. I don't even remember looking at, Hangman didn't pull up just yet. But I don't remember if Samoa Joe or Prince Nana, I don't know if they made any expression towards it. We get the Young Bucks versus Top Flight. I think it was Matt who was like, it was like maybe 60 to 70% through the match, and I think he just did a move, and then I think they just kicked out, and he's like, man, these guys are good. It's just how he said it was kind of hilarious. But they wrestled in their suits, and meanwhile, this is not like the whole, hey, we film Rampage the same night as Dynamite, so why are you still wearing the suits? I was like, I put EVPs can't afford new suits. Or not even, oh, hey, we tried to wash it, and now it's, you can see a little bit of red there, but you can see vaguely it was white, but it's looking like more pinkish. You even try to do anything like that. You just look dirty as hell now. We get Willow Nightingale versus Sky Blue. Stokely on commentary. Sky Blue is, look like she about to do her thing. Stokely has to get the distraction assist. They're eventually going to talk about it in Rampage, I believe. I think it was Rampage. It was like, no, I had it, blah, blah, blah. Cap. But anyways. And we get Orange Cassidy versus Matt Taven. Oh, okay, so this was this match. Orange got bloodied up a lot. Half my man's face was just completely red. He made a completely new race. I didn't even know that was physically possible. This dude turned in, he mixed Two-Face with Thunderbolt Ross's Red Hawk. Taven dives. Okay, yo, this was crazy. So he sets up. So this is the announce table. All right, so the announce table, and he sets up another table against it, and so he sends Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy kind of like, ooh, and so he goes, hits the ropes, comes back to dive and like to push him through the table. Orange Cassidy moves, and he just gets sent mink straight through that bit. And so we get people pulling up. Everyone's like trying to get their licks in. It's like it was a Texas death match. And I think it was Trent Beretta. He pulls up. I wasn't even trying to actually pay attention to it, but he gets hit. And the first thing I see is him go like this. Like not even sell the hit, like he instantly got hit in the face, went like this, and I was like, oh, he's about to bleed. And I see him go like this, and the camera cuts off of him, and I see his hand goes over, and I was like, yeah, he's bleeding right now. Orange wins by knockout. He gets a chain around his fist. Orange punch. And yeah. So now we got Rampage. Well, we get Rampage. We get Jeff versus Sammy Guevara. We get a twist of fate off the ladder. Later in the match, we get Sammy Guevara. He does a swanton bomb off a ladder. So this is the ramp. This is the ring. And the ladder and the tables right in between them. Swanton bomb off the ladder. And Sammy hurts Jeff. Like, no one made a comment. Like, obviously they made a comment to him getting hurt, but no one made a comment to his nose was leaking. Like, you can see the blood all over the place. It wasn't to the same extent as Orange Cassidy in the Texas death match, but, oh, hold on. I didn't even think about that. No, because it looked like it came from him. And you can kind of see the blood, too. Because I don't think they ever did a close-up. I mean, it's a recorded event. They could just take certain things out that they don't want in there. We get backstage segment with Harley. So, Ruby Soho is like talking about meeting up with her mans. And then Zarah pulls up with Harley. Talking about I forgive you. And then Ruby's like, I already, like, the gaslighting cannot work on me. It cannot. And so, after Ruby Soho dips out on her.
It's time to really end that.
Yeah, I know what to do. I'm gonna get her with my knife.
That's a spoon, Holly.
I see you've played knifey spoony before.
But she slapped them things. And them things were thangin', man. Them things were indeed thangin'. We get Devon Eriks and Dusty Rhodes versus No Names. Obviously, we know who's winning. It was a 2-minute match. We get Queen Aminata versus Anna Jay. Announcer finally said they finally announced it. I've been like, y'all watching the stream? Y'all watching the vids? I always been saying, you can say, hey, she's been impressive in the ring, but don't. Y'all were talking as if she was winning matches. They finally said,
Queen Aminata, she has impressed here in the AEW Women's Division as of late, and that is all without winning a match, though.
Cool, I appreciate y'all. Don't get up here and lie, capping like she's winning matches, but like, you think she's like Sting record at AEW mixed with Undertaker pre-Brock Lesnar L at WrestleMania. Like, stop it, dude. So, I just talked about Saraya and and Harley with the slap of the things. it's like, you know, it would be cool to be Harley in that situation. But with Queen Aminata and Anna Jay, either situation good for me.
She has the most minutes in ring of any AEW competitor in the women's division this year.
It's like, you want to take that as disrespect, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm never gonna turn down my blessings, you know.
More impressed with her. Oh, Anna though, kicking out the knee. Get back to her, Anna!
That's all I'm gonna say. I literally say, it says, honestly, please. And then there's a slash that said, never mind. As I was writing, let her win. I like her. She won. Oh, speaking of the last two things we talked about, we get Bang Bang Scissor Gang versus Dark Order. The former wins. And now we're on a Friday Night Smackdown. We get KO versus Dominic Mysterio. Elimination qualifying match. R-Truth pulls up ringside. Says to Kevin Owens, Miz, where were you at on Monday? Because he been, you know, last week on Friday. Excuse me, he called Miz, he called Kevin Owens the Miz. And then on Monday, he called, you know, DIY DX. That's actually a good one. I don't understand the Miz. I think I forgot why I thought that was the case. I thought I knew, but I forgot already. But the DIY, you know, I can kind of see that one. Not like I get where he's coming from, but like you can kind of see the connections. Dom told Truth, hey, get it if you want to be in Judgment Day, get a chair. R-Truth goes and gets the chair, opens it up, sits on it. Hey, y'all made it clear as day. Hey, he finally gets it. He's not in the Judgment Day. You might want to turn around though. Super kick, pop up power bomb. Kevin Owens gets the win. We get Zelina Vega versus Tiffany Stratton, another elimination qualifying match. Pre-Zelina L. And then Legado del Fantasma is ringside. Yeah, say goodbye. Hold that L. Zelina distract. I don't know if I just missed something because I looked over, but it looked like Zelina kind of, and it was like pulled Elektra Lopez out of the crowd and then threw her back. How did you distract yourself in the match? You deserve that L unless I missed something. I don't care if she was hitting you with the crazy slurs. Man, if you don't focus on that match. And we get AOP. Oh, then it's okay. Hey, we might get this under an hour. For the first time ever. We get AOP versus, I don't remember what the tag team was. I haven't seen them, but it was apparently it's an NXT tag team. It was probably y'all needed them to beat someone. You can't just put the up and comer talents on NXT. These are people straight out of the Performance Center, and we'll see them in NXT eventually. 60-second squash match. AOP wins. We get a recap from Raw about Seth and Cody when he said, oh, I'll be your Shield. He was talking about flashbacks to Roman and the Shield days. They tried their hardest to not have anything about Dean in there. They had like one clip, and then other clips they have him crop out. Come on, bro. We know what time it is. And I'm like, fucking, yeah, let's wrap it up, dude. My Mac is going crazy with the fans. Well, speaking of The Miz, when we talk about Kevin Owens, we get The Miz versus Logan Paul, our final elimination qualifying match. In a match, we get a figure 4 attempt. Logan's like, the ref goes and fixes the apron.
Already screaming in agony, but what a second.
And then Logan hits a skull-crushing finale.
The official was tied up with the ring apron. Logan Paul went to the eyes. Oh, Paul crushing finale.
Get a close 2 call.
Oh my goodness!
So, for these goofballs in my comments, hopefully you're here when I make this a short. When I did the little Bailey clip, when she tied up Bianca's hair, the ref was just like, no, you can't do that. Don't do that. Hey, that's illegal. I said, bro, what is up with this? I said, this is the worst ref. So, oh, you know it's scripted. Yeah, dumbass. When did I say it wasn't? This is the same ref from that match. Logan tries to get the brass knuckles, and then Miz eventually gets it. He says, you see, even though it didn't happen, he stated, hey, I'm going to disqualify you. But you see how the ref, even though, hey, the planned finish is not for the match to end in disqualification, he said, if you use those, I'm going to disqualify you. There's certain things that, like if the ref is in full view and you do something illegal, I don't know if that's a, hey, even though that's not the planned finish, like we can make it clear as day that the ref sees this, call it. Or hey, they didn't get their shoulder up in time, hey, we got a new finish now. But we get a pinfall win by Logan Paul. How did he do it? I don't even remember, dude. I'm trying to hurry this up because this fan, I already know this shit's about to be annoying, bro. We get Naomi versus Alba Fire. Naomi got a new theme. I like how it I like the intro like voice at the, I think it spelled her name. Of course y'all had to ruin it with the like, bro, I don't know if that was your TNA theme, but man, compared to her other one, man, that shit trash, man. If you're gonna give her a new theme, you might as well give her a new gimmick. Like, bro, what are you doing? We get elimination qualifying. This is an elimination qualifying match. As I'm writing this, I said I don't know who she's facing. But unless they got someone lined up, so like unless someone, you know, interrupts the match or whatever it may be to set up a feud, whoever, I don't care who this is. I don't know who she was about to face. Hold this L. Oh, she's facing Alba? Pre-L. If it wasn't clear enough, pre-L. Well, we get a tap-out submission. Naomi wins, obviously. Braun Breaker, he's signed to Raw now. Braun Breaker is on... No, Braun Breaker's on SmackDown. Yeah, Braun Breaker signed to SmackDown. Why did... Okay, I said SmackDown is loaded with stars, but Raw needs women more than men. Yeah, so... Okay. Raw needs women more than men. Okay, so... I figured with him and Jade... wherever one went, the other one will go to the other one. So if Jade went to SmackDown, Braun Breaker will go to Raw. But when it comes to Raw, excuse me, we need more women. I mean, we got Liv Morgan back, but we got Rhea, Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, and you could just like throw Nia in there when you need someone to have. Well, you need a baby face in there. In SmackDown, you got Naomi. Ain't Bianca, ain't she SmackDown too? You got Bianca. You got... Yeah. Usually on Mondays is a whole bunch of... Especially now that Chelsea and Piper don't have the tag team titles. It's just a whole bunch of like... nobodies. Not even nobodies. I ain't gonna say that because I use that term, and when I usually mean local talent when I say nobodies. But you got a whole bunch of mid-carders when it comes to the women on Raw. We get Rock and Roman. Roman's cutting his promo. We get Cody Chance. He's like, yeah, that guy that ruined everything. The Rock pulls. He says the Rock is a member of the Bloodline. Then we get, if you smell. The Rock comes out in a vest looking like his old, Versace, jackets and shit. Commercial break during the Rock entrance. What the fuck? And we get the heel Rock. He said,
well, here's the record you broke. You broke the all-time record for the largest gathering of trailer park trash The Rock has ever seen.
We got Hill Rock, man. We got Hill Rock. Okay, all right. Now I can remember what I was gonna say when I finish this up. He's cutting his promo. He's in the middle of, I don't know what the fan said, but I think he says a couple sentences, then he turns, and then he says,
But you see, this side of The Rock has always been in here. Always. You shut your mouth, fatty. The Rock will come out there and slap the herpes off your lips.
hey, man. Now, granted, you can't spam this every single time you're on television, but even though it's not some of the stuff that we got during the Attitude Era, but we need some sort of, I can't be watching a whole bunch of kiddie stuff, bruh. And even if you want to keep it PG, like, you have people who can cut promos still PG. John Cena, when he's going against the right person. Because, like, sometimes he'll go against someone and then, like, he'll just, like, it's corny remarks. It's like, dude, you're either out of your league, or you could probably go against them if you're able to say things. Especially, like, you're the face of the company. I mean, not anymore, but, like, the big people that, it was like Hogan and Cena. And you had people that, like, within the community, the hardcore community, you know, everyone had their favorite, Stone Cold, The Rock, whoever it may be. So, let's say when we had Cena versus The Rock, The Rock can get away with, like, saying certain, like, low remarks against Cena. Cena, he couldn't. He gonna have to figure out how to maneuver a way around, so people who know will be like, ooh. So, like, the kiddies won't be like, why did John Cena say that? But, you know, if you smell, nope, this sing along is over. If you smell, and then hold on, he tried to, like, negate what Cody did and won the Royal Rumble. He was like, oh, you can't just say you want a rematch. Nah, he didn't say he wanted a rematch. I mean, well, he did. Technically, he did, but he won the Royal Rumble to get the rematch. But sing along's over if you smell what the Bloodline is cooking. And then he does a little finger right there. I was like, what, do you know how to throw up a thumb? But people are like, oh, he's throwing up an L and it's intentional. And then everyone's posting how he's like, Cody Rhodes, blah, blah, blah. The Rock's going to do everything in his power to make sure you walk out of WrestleMania, which is a loser. And when they do that, they, like, change the camera angle and, like, show, like, that he's, like, it's like he's pointing at Roman. And then, yeah, so those are, like, the two biggest things that people are talking about right now. And then also how to flip, Cody taking The Rock in as counsel, and then how this whole situation is going. And The Rock always saying, long game. So, what I was talking about, when it came to Cody and Seth, was like, oh, maybe, you know, obviously what people are thinking is The Rock is like a double agent for Cody, and then that's going to set up The Rock and Roman either at SummerSlam or next year's WrestleMania. So I was like, oh, maybe this can set up the feuds between, like, the remaining member of the Bloodline and people, you know, who you can throw in there. So, Seth, respectfully, I'm going to have to put you to the side, because at first I was like, okay, I was trying to think of the members of the Bloodline. All right, obviously, post-WrestleMania, we're getting The Rock and Roman. So, I was like, okay, so we can have other people from, all right, so we got Solo and Jimmy, and I was like, who can Jimmy? I was like, obviously, Jimmy got to go with Jay. So, maybe Cody calls up Jay, hey, Make sure your brother don't be doing anything, man. And maybe The Rock, you know, during the WrestleMania match will deal with Solo. And then Cody would deal with Roman. And then post WrestleMania, then they'll switch to The Rock and Roman. But post WrestleMania, okay, who can go with Solo? You can't really have Seth there with Solo. Hold on. Damn, there's another person I was thinking of. I guess you can do it post WrestleMania, but still, I mean, it's not gonna be the same, because when you say I can be your Shield, well, I'd assume like you gotta wait. It gotta be at WrestleMania, because that was when he was talking about what's your game plan. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this. Hold on, let me double check. Yeah, because we ain't had no collision. Yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Well, I try to get these to be between 30 minutes to 90 minutes anyway, but I was trying to have the first one under an hour. This is our first one under an hour. We did it. Collision probably would have had us to like maybe 110 or something, but still, we had no collision this week. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Thumbs up, subscribe. Stay tuned for the next one. And I'm out. Peace.